So I have an interesting story of how I became an employee at the Center for Community Transitions. About 8 years ago, I was taking a class through my church. I am a faithful person, and it was on social justice. And we came to the Center for Community Transitions and spent about 3 hours learning about the criminal justice system. Prior to that event, I did have some knowledge. I have some family members that have been incarcerated. So I do have a bit of the lived experience, but I didn't know a whole lot about the criminal justice system. And I also thought that once somebody served their time, that once they got out, they were done. They done, and they just went merrily on their way. And I learned that was definitely not the case. So when we came that day, we spent about 3 hours learning about the criminal justice system. We served a meal to the ladies that are here at our 30-bed transitional detention facility. And then we just sat down. This was the best part. We just sat down in community with these ladies and just talked to them. Just, if they were comfortable telling their story, we listened to their story. If they were comfortable talking about the Panthers, we talked about the Panthers. And I was blown away with, they were just real, normal people, beautiful, kind, smart, funny, intelligent. And some of these ladies hadn't seen their children in 5 or 10 years. And I was blown away by that fact. I remember the ride home. I'd come up here by myself. I live about 40 minutes away. And I talked to God often. And this was one of the times that God talked back to me and said, "Okay, sister, I've opened your eyes. Now what are you going to do with it?" And I did something with it. Then I started volunteering within a month with the LifeWorks program of the Center for Community Transitions. And then I also began in the schools with families doing time and helping out with the third Tuesday dinners for families doing time, and also the EQUIP programs at one of our Mecklenburg County elementary schools. I did that for a number of years and then realized I didn't quite have the skill set. My background is in business. I have an MBA in marketing and international business. And I am also kind of a competitive person. If I'm doing things, I want to do them well. And I applied to go back to school to get a master's in social work. And being a little bit older, I kind of was, if I get in, great, then that was meant to be. And if I don't, I will just continue with my volunteer work. And I did get in, got my master's in social work, and wasn't sure where I was going to go with that. I knew it was going to be something around criminal justice. I would write all of my papers on criminal justice. I knew that was where I was called. That was what I was meant to do. And it was a calling. It was something that fills my heart, something more than just a job. So when I graduated and took my boards to become a licensed clinical social worker, I took my boards in October and got a call from our executive director in November that they had just gotten funding for a mental health professional. And she asked if I would be interested to come interview. Of course, I was very interested to come interview. And I came in and interviewed for the job and was very fortunate that I got the job. And I came full circle from where it had started 8 years prior. And I'm so grateful that I am here. It's the hardest job I've ever loved. And I'm grateful to work here every single day.